I want to show you guys, this is actually the end of the video that you're going to watch. I'm going to render it right now, and I want to show you real time. So this is almost a 10-minute video. Watch how fast we can render this with the new video card. All right, check this out. Here we go. And start. Look at that thing go. It says it's going to do it in 1 minute. A 10-minute video. And that's a 4K file. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. With the old video card, that would have taken 10 minutes to render. Just think of all the extra things I can do. I'm going to have 9 extra minutes a day to play with Mr. Gage. Hey, buddy? He's so happy now. Okay, I can't stand it anymore. The mail delivery girl was just here, and she actually had all of the rest of the parts for the computer except the motherboard. So I can't do a full complete swap out, but I can't stand having a brand new 4090 Asus card sitting here, not in my computer. So what I'm going to do today is swap out the power supply, because the one that's in here isn't big enough to handle that bad boy. And so new power supply, new GPU. We'll run like that over the Christmas holiday for the next week and a half, and then we'll get everything swapped out after that. But let's check it out and see what kind of frames we can get on some of my favorite games with the 4090. And yes, as an enthusiast builder, I saved all the boxes from the old parts. So we're going to take the parts right here out of the system and put them back in the box, and then give them to my nephew, who has purchased the old system off me at a good discount, I might add. I'll show you guys. You know, my wife says I don't throw any boxes out, and haven't in the last 25 years. She's right, because when you resell stuff, it's just nice to have the box and the manual and everything that came with it. When I buy stuff online, if I buy it used, which is rare, but if I do, I'm not buying it without the box. All right, I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek into a very private place, my closet. And if you look up here on the top, every box from every piece of equipment that I currently own, lenses, cameras, flashlights. Oh yeah, there's boxes galore back there, baby. Why do I bother keeping all that stuff? I don't know, because I never sell anything, and I have all these some of those boxes have been up there 10 years. I'm not even joking. Anyway, back to our computer build, because that's what is important today. Computers! So the other day, we didn't actually take the video card out and blow it out, but I just did that in the garage. I should have filmed it. I didn't have enough hands. You should have seen the dust come out of this thing. But, as I was saying, now that it's all nice and clean, it's almost like new again. It's great to have the original box there and the static protector Mylar bag to put everything back in, so we know when we give it to them it's going to be fully protected. Look at that, as good as new. We can travel with that, we can ship that, we could do whatever we want, and we know it's protected and secure and in a nice box. Okay, so the old power supply is over there. Here is the new Seasonic. What do you get for 300 bucks with tax? Oh, you get a nice plush bag. Everything is bagged. Look at that. I'm so glad I paid for the premium. Because you know what I'll do with this bag? Nothing. The bag will sit in the box, and they'll both be collecting dust in the closet. Oh, look at all those spots for power. Hybrid mode. WTF? Now I gotta read a manual? Even all your cables come in a nice convenient dust collecting bag. Most graphic cards would be in a case that's not inverted. So the card would sit there, and this part would be on the ground, and then Asus has provided this nice little extender that you would wedge. It's magnetic in there, and it would hold the graphics card up. But because my case is inverted, that does nothing for me, so we can't use that. And how I had the last card in there, here it is. So I basically had a strap run up there through the top of the case, down and into the graphics card to hold the end of it, because that is one freaking huge graphics card. Let's see if we can get it in there. That's what she said. Oh, and look at the nice one little power plug that you use for this ginormous card, except it goes to this adapter plug, which you have to plug in 4 power cables to supply power. Oh, it's so ugly looking. It's terrible. But you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, there it is, installed. This is terrible because this is gonna basically bump into the front glass panel that comes on here. This is, oh, that annoys me. But there's the strap that I was talking about, guys. I just loop it on the end to make sure there wasn't really any sag, because the Asus version of this card is all metal. The frame is all metal, so it really wasn't sagging, but I still put that on there just in case, because there's a lot of strain back here. And I will put another screw in there, but not right now, because today we're just trying, I got to take this all apart again in a day or two to put the new motherboard in there. Ah, it's alive! Oh, sweet. Ooh. Didn't like something there. Ding, ding. I'm not gonna lie, guys. There might have been a bit of cursing there because I pushed the switch, nothing happened. I jiggled some cables, nothing happened. And then I realized I didn't turn the power supply on. Flicked the power supply switch, and up it went. Yeah! Well, it's the next day, and I have to say, the computer is working, but not working. It will work on the desktop monitor. No problemo. It will not send out a signal to the TV unless I jury rig it. I have a whole step. I troubleshot this for 9 hours last night. I got 2 hours of sleep. Eventually I figured out I have to duplicate the display, pull the HDMI cable, plug it back in, and then it will duplicate. But it still won't do it at the proper megahertz, and it won't put out sound. And I spent hours on the tech support with Asus. First with Nvidia, and they said, it's not our card, it's an Asus card. RMA it. They literally said, here you go, RMA it. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. So then I was waiting to get a hold of Asus. Then I spent 2 hours troubleshooting with them. And then the first level tech support guy was like, well, we can RMA this right now, or we can go to tier 2. And I was like, you know what, let's go to tier 2. But they haven't got back to me. It's working on one monitor. I guess the whole point of this ramble is upgrading is always a pain in the ass. You want the best tech, you want to play with the best of the best. It's a huge pain because now, and as Tom came over and had a beer last night, he said, why are you even troubleshooting that? Because you're going to fix these issues, but then you have to put a whole other motherboard in here when it comes next week, and you're going to be troubleshooting again. So he's right. I don't want to spend my Christmas doing that. It's working on this one monitor. I'll play with it for now. But I will tell you guys, I'll give you a quick update. Do you hear any fans? Nothing. This machine is silent. I mean, the other machine was so noisy. When I played a game, I couldn't sit here at the desk. I'm like, nope, too noisy. When I'm rendering videos, too noisy. This thing, I played games with it. I rendered a movie with it. Oh, let me tell you about rendering. Remember I told you guys a 20-minute movie takes 20 minutes to render? Well, with this new card, I did a 32-minute video in 5 minutes. That's how much more powerful this is. It's kind of not really the video card in that case. It's the software, the rendering software. Power Director is what I use. And it doesn't use the drivers for the Radeon card. It doesn't optimize them and use them the way it should. So it's not really the other video card's fault that it sucked. It's Power Director's fault. But anyway, none of that matters to you guys. Anyway, these are some of the issues I'm having. I will tell you guys, this card is probably worth every penny, and it's going to be an editing killer once I get it working. And I don't play video game. My wife's in the other room wrapping Christmas presents. I never play video games with this computer. It was too expensive for that. It's a work machine only.